We tried 12 brands of natural deodorant over 6 weeks. We tested them in the office, out in the wilderness, in jacket weather, and at a burning hot wedding in the desert. We're gonna go into some detail here, and we know you're busy, so we'll cut to the chase now and tell you our favorites. Soapwalla, Meow Meow Tweet, Piperwai, Sam's Natural, and Schmidt's Charcoal Magnesium. You'll find links to buy these in the description, as well as a spreadsheet with ratings for every brand that we tried. For those of you interested in the more detailed review, first a bit of context. I've spent most of my post-pubescent life trying not to stink. Through high school and college, I tried a number of conventional antiperspirants. My favorite was Dove, because it worked, and the fragrance was mild enough to not bother me. But a couple problems came up with Dove. One, they test on animals. And 2, like all antiperspirants, it contains aluminum, which I heard causes Alzheimer's. So I switched to a natural deodorant. Actually, I switched to several natural deodorants because none of them really worked. I kept a stable in my cabinet, changing it up every couple days. The theory being I could outsmart the stink by tricking my pits with an ever-changing formula. But if I had something really important going on, like a meeting or a hot date, I would revert to the proven but potentially toxic chemicals. That's how I rolled until just a few months ago, when I noticed that Liz uses Dove. And I wondered again, how dangerous really are the ingredients in conventional deodorants? Am I standing by as my wife slowly poisons herself? I wanted to get to the bottom of this and find out if there's a natural deodorant that could work for both of us. So what are we talking about when we say deodorant is natural? Well, there's no legal definition, so it's really just a marketing term, like with food. But typically, the brands that sell themselves as natural exclude parabens, phthalates, propylene glycol, and of course, aluminum, the active ingredient of antiperspirant. It literally plugs you up to keep you from sweating. A lot of people are convinced that it leads to kidney disease, breast cancer, and Alzheimer's. I did some digging into this and found that opinions are conflicted. On one hand, the leading research organizations behind these diseases say there's no conclusive evidence that aluminum in deodorant is unsafe. Meanwhile, other people who seem to know what they're talking about say the opposite. Given all the other stuff in regular deodorant that I'd like to avoid, I think the best move here is to never go outside or do anything at all. Or we could just be cautious with what we put on our bodies. We also don't want to support any company that tests on animals.
No.
Which
do they do?
Well, Dove does. Dove is owned by Unilever, and they do.
Don't sweat, little bunny.
That's a good point, Liz, because a lot of people think, oh, they're testing deodorant on animals. They're putting some deodorant underneath the bunny's arms and seeing if it smells at the end of the day. Well, no. How do they know that people's skin is sensitive to it? How do they know if it burns your eyes? Right? They have to do all that stuff to animals.
Ew.
Yeah. And it's cruel and it's unnecessary. For that reason, all the ones that we're trying here are vegan, not tested on animals, and it doesn't contain any animal-derived ingredients.
Okay.
The big questions here that we need to answer are, do any of these make me not stink for an entire day? Number 2, are any of these worthy of Liz switching them out from Dove? What are you looking for in a deodorant?
No sweat and no smell.
Okay, so I don't care about sweating. I think sweating is fine. Can we get you over that?
No. I'm already a sweaty person in general. I don't need my pits to sweat too. On top of all that. Especially if wearing like a white shirt, you know? I always get all the stains and then I have to buy more white shirts.
There are some heavy hitters that we haven't tried, but in the process of this, I figured out how to evaluate any natural deodorant without trying it, because there's basically only 2 kinds. And I'm going to tell you how to do that near the end of this video. Blissoma.
Blissoma. So I was sweaty, but I was not smelly.
No, you just kind of have your neutral, pleasant smell.
It's also a weird process to put it on because you spray it on your pits and then you gotta like wait for it to dry because it's wet.
Fly away on
Stand
a cloud
like this.
of fresh-smelling fragrance. This one not only did not work for me, it had
the opposite effect, and then it made me smell different and worse than what I smelled like before.
You guys smell like cat pee. You tried it like a couple days and it just made you smell like cat pee.
It made me smell like cat pee.
Very weird reaction. So, that's Blissoma.
That's no good. Crystal, you gotta give this 1 points for how cool it is.
It's just a rock. I kind of want to eat it.
Me too. I totally want to lick it.
It
looks like a salt lick, yeah.
You're just repeating everything I'm saying. I was sweaty and smelly with Crystal.
Yeah, I'd say ditto for that one.
Yeah. And I love the dramatic image on the front of it. Hot lady applying to buff man's armpit.
With the dramatic lighting.
Yeah.
Schmidt's. Basically 3 categories of Schmidt's. They've got their regular, and they've got their sensitive skin, and then they've got their newest formula, magnesium and charcoal. I like the smell of this charcoal magnesium stuff. Make sure to hold it under your underarm for a moment to soften it up. Are you in a bad mood this morning?
No, whenever there's more instructions than just rub on your skin, I'm very dubious of a deodorant.
Well, sometimes you gotta take an extra step if it doesn't have chemicals that cause Alzheimer's. Got it nice and moistened up for me. Schmidt's was the first one that we tried that worked. I've been working from home all day, and I smell great. Now, I know this isn't an antiperspirant, but I did some reading up on activated charcoal today, and apparently it can absorb sweat. So I feel less sweaty, smelling fresh. It's amazing. I remember having this realization that I could wear my shirt again the next day. This is the shirt that I wore yesterday. Now normally, this would be very stinky. But it's not stinky. In fact, I could wear this again today. I'm not going to, but that is unprecedented. Wow. Let's see. Liz said for Schmidt's regular... Nothing. But you were just having a friend over and you said we strongly recommend charcoal magnesium.
I think this is the best one. The best ones? I think so.
Thank you for your rigorous discipline and the scientific...
Freaking pit hair in there.
Well, what else is it going to be? That one smells great. Jasmine tea, sensitive skin.
Yeah, it smells really good.
The sensitive skin one is also okay. It has less baking soda or no baking soda. A lot of people are allergic or sensitive to baking soda. So when something is sensitive skin in this category, it usually means less or no baking soda. And then this one has activated charcoal. When at first we were like, what? Charcoal in a deodorant? Or you were like that.
Yeah.
You know, what do you mean it's charcoal? What's activated charcoal?
Well, and also, like, why is
thought it was a
everybody
total sham.
putting it into, like, drinks these days? And I just don't get the activated charcoal craze or what it's all about. But
well, it's charcoal that's been processed to be able to be more absorbent.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's used in water filters. It's got a mostly gender-neutral smell, which I'm a fan of. I don't think girls need to smell girly and dudes need to smell broy. No. This one smells very citrusy, and this one smells very flowery. So, golly, it smells delicious. It smells like icing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this one smells like a delicious soda. Bergamot is a type of citrus fruit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
So, Schmidt's.
We like them.
Highly recommended. This one, did you try Stick Up by Primal Life? What did Liz say?
Smelly. I was smelly.
No, you don't smell like Dove deodorant. But you don't stink. Were you sweaty?
No, not really.
No?
This is one of the few that I can't give a solid yes or no on it, because it contains a lot of the ingredients that work in the other ones, and the packaging is very green because it's recyclable.
Yeah.
But when I traveled to Las Vegas and I was walking around, I spent half of the day on the airplane and I was walking around in 90-degree heat.
Yeah.
I was sweaty and I was stinky and I found I had to reapply. So
yeah.
In the field, it failed.
It doesn't even like smell like anything.
No, and I like that. I would
cardboard.
rather not smell like anything.
Yeah, but
it's
like
also
the
difficult.
But if the scents like make you not smelly, then Sometimes you need the scents.
Well, I don't want a scent to mask the smell. There should be something that's absorbing or neutralizing the smell.
Yeah.
Like baking soda, and I don't think that this has any baking soda in it.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I'm super sensitive to baking soda, and baking soda does a lot of the work of neutralizing a smell.
Okay.
So if you're just putting a scent on top of a smelly armpit, that can make it smell worse.
Yeah.
Like cat pee. And this one is also difficult a little bit to apply. It's very pasty. Hold it.
It's fine. I think you can definitely see that I got some on my pit, so.
Alright, so we definitely have some white residue there.
That's all that matters.
So I would give that one an in the middle.
I was smelly.
Next we're going to talk about Green Beaver. This one's from Canada.
Oh, cute.
The natural deodorant that really works. I'm afraid not. This one did not work for me.
Is that what I said? I was smelly, but not sweaty.
So this one kind of worked for you.
Yeah. I'd try it again.
Alright.
I'd slightly recommend it. I think this is the one that smells like Fritos.
That definitely does smell like Fritos, yeah.
It's the unscented.
Okay, Jason. This is one of the ones I've had in my cabinet for years, and it's never worked. Tom's, probably the most popular brand of natural deodorant, and it doesn't work. Did you try the Tom's?
Yeah.
So was it sweaty but not smelly?
Yeah, I was not too smelly.
Not too smelly is what
Not
Liz
too
said.
smelly.
We started a spreadsheet with our reactions and ratings, if anybody is wondering what we're looking at here.
Because
And
there's so many of them and I forgot which ones were which.
we will provide a link to it in the description so that you all can see it as well.
Sure,
You can
if you
see
want.
Liz's scientific analysis. Sweaty and smelly, not too smelly but sweaty. There's different types of stink. You know, there's manly stink
Yeah,
that's
this
good.
is
I
also
think.
like very, very subjective because half the times when I'm like, I smell, you're like, I don't smell anything at all. Which is very
Right.
weird because like I smell and I notice a smell and I smell my pits. They're my pits.
I have a very attuned sense of smell. And I can smell your gym clothes when you don't wash them for a while.
Uh-huh.
They stink.
So it doesn't make any sense that you wouldn't be able to smell my pits. And
Because they don't stink.
You're wrong, sir.
I don't know why you want it to be so, but I'd be happy to bring other people over to verify.
I am smelly. Leave me alone.
Look, I smell, okay? I'm a smelly person. All right, now we're going to talk about Meow Meow Tweet, which
Meow
is
Meow Tweet.
the cutest brand.
Yeah.
And they make a stick and a cream. And like the Primal Life, it's sort of a thick stick that you got to hold under your pit for a few seconds before it warms up. I think the stick version of Meow Meow Tweet is okay. It's another one of the middle of the road ones. Mm-hmm. Because I don't like the smells. They smell like an old closet. Mm-hmm. That cedary type of smell. Mm-hmm. But the cream Meow Meow Tweet, I am into. Okay, we're here in the hot desert of Southern California. I am in a hot suit, multiple layers, and I am wearing Meow Meow Tweet, grapefruit, baking soda free cream. The whole idea of deodorant as a cream,
It's very new to us.
yeah.
You were very upset at the beginning because you're like, I have to wash my fingers off after all this.
Right. But I've really warmed up to it because, one, environmentally responsible packaging. Mm-hmm. It's easier to recycle glass and tin than it is to recycle a bunch of heavy plastic. Because it's a cream, you have more control over rubbing it over other parts of your body. Mm-hmm. So you could rub it behind your knees. You could rub it under your boobs to help with boob sweat. This was a suggestion given to me by a representative of one of these companies.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, she didn't specifically say boob sweat, but she said she likes to rub it on other parts of her body.
And you just expanded that to boob sweat.
Yeah. Also, I was at first really frustrated that after applying it, I had to wash my hands, but you don't actually have to wash your hands because it's all natural ingredients. You can just rub it in like a lotion, and you can have nice smelling fingies for throughout the day.
Ooh, double purpose.
Yeah. So really with a cream deodorant, it's psychological. It's just getting over the fact that it's not a stick, which we're used to, is a big hurdle. But it makes a lot of sense. So what did you think of the Meow Meow Tweet cream, Liz?
I was sweaty, but not too smelly. And I think the sticks were okay. I don't remember.
Next, Desert Essence comes in stick form and liquid roll-on form. They are both equally ineffective, and I recommend them not at all.
What I said. I was sweaty and smelly.
Sweaty and smelly.
Sweaty and smelly.
That's an 0 for 2 for Desert Essence.
Yeah.
Sam's.
Yums.
This one comes in packaging that looks military grade.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it looks like a canister you'd load up into a rocket.
Well, this one came in Ravine and Women's Scent.
It has actually 16 cents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I picked Ravine because it sounded super interesting.
I picked it too. It smells like spicy wood.
Goes on smooth. It feels comparable to Schmidt's regular. That one, as you can tell from how worn the packaging is, has been a go-to for both of us.
Yeah.
And you kept picking this one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why did you like this?
I think it worked for the most part. Sweaty but not smelly.
Sweaty but not smelly. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of the best that we can ask for so far from you.
Yeah.
The Ravine smell is really interesting.
This one smells like grapefruit.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I don't know what's different formula-wise with the women's.
It's women's, though. I hate it whenever there's like a women's version of something. Like, guys, come on. I mean,
women have different hormones, different body chemistry.
No, not only that. Like, there's a women's tax. Like, women's products cost more at like drugstores than men's products.
Oh man.
It's like proven.
I say we go and we chuck these through the windows. I chuck just the women's one, just the one that we have.
Yeah. We'll hold on to Ravine though. No, I like it. I like it, Sam's. It's cool.
Lucy,
I'm down with you.
My cousin Lucy was really into the smell of this one.
I love it.
Soak in the Ravine.
So inviting.
Welcome. Welcome to my pits. The only thing I would say about Sam's is I feel like it's excessive on the packaging. It just seems like more plastic than is necessary. But dang, it's cool.
And you can go ravining.
That's right. Piperwai.
Piperwai.
This one comes in stick and lotion. It started as a lotion. It started on Shark Tank.
Really?
Yeah. They also made a funny YouTube commercial with that JP Sears guy in it.
And people like our planet, which means people like my earthy scent.
I assure you they don't. Your scent offends me.
Well, I'm offended that you're offended.
The smell is pretty much just kind of citrusy.
Yeah. Menthol.
Yeah.
It smells weird.
It smells weird?
It kind of smells like pizza.
Like pizza? Oh, yeah.
Really?
When you suggested pizza, like a lemony pizza. A fine upscale pizza.
Lemon pizza. I think we liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. It works.
Not sweaty, but not too smelly.
And not too smelly.
Yeah.
Wow, I think that's the most positive review that you've given on the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
From our very own Brooklyn, New York, Soapwalla. They sent us a little sample. This is in the same world as Piperwai and Meow tweet for me. It's a boutique deodorant with similar ingredients that has similar effectiveness. I think it works.
I said not too sweaty, but I was smelly.
You were smelly?
Yeah.
So you would not recommend Soapwalla?
Try it.
Boom! All right, Liz. Time for the big question. Which of these, if any, could you use instead of Dove?
I guess the activated charcoal one was good.
Okay.
And the Siams I liked.
All right.
And the Meow tweet and the Piperwai, I think.
The funny thing about that is that's pretty much exact overlap with what I would say.
Yeah.
I also like Soapwalla. All of these work pretty well for us. It just comes down to your preference for fragrance, price, and packaging. So for me, I'm blown away because these actually do make me not
smelly
stink.
pits.
But I get the feeling that none of these completed both of your goals, which is no sweat and no stink.
Yeah. True.
Well, we did happen to find one unicorn in the mix, which is an actual vegan antiperspirant. Look at this guy. Look at that beautiful blue packaging. Jack Black, Pit Boss. Yowza. It says cruelty-free. It's got a bunny on the back, but it also contains aluminum. So if you don't have an issue with the aluminum, how did this work for you?
It worked really well. Yeah. But
The only issue is...
You do smell like a dude. You smell like me in junior high. I feel strange.
So if we could find something like this that didn't smell like a boy,
yeah.
that would be ideal. Would you still want to wear it knowing what you know about aluminum?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's probably better to just err on the side of caution versus not.
Do you think you'll ever come to terms with
Being a sweaty person?
the human fact of sweating? I mean, just from when we started, I've already sweated through my shirt.
You've already sweated through your shirt?
Yeah, I don't really mind, but I'm a middle-aged man. It was a different story in junior high, in high school.
Yeah.
Which one of these would you use instead of Dove?
Yeah, I could use the ones that I picked out instead of Dove.
I
guess.
banish thee, Dove.
No,
Into the garbage you go.
But what if I have to wear a white t-shirt and I don't want to sweat? I'll still use that.
And when it runs out?
I'll smell like a dude then.
Nice. I don't mind.
Okay.
Here's the trick for evaluating any natural deodorant. If the first ingredient is propylene glycol or propanediol, it's probably no good. These compounds are there to give the deodorant stick its structure. They have nothing to do with eliminating odor or absorbing sweat. If, however, the main ingredients are a combination of coconut oil, arrowroot powder, magnesium hydroxide, activated charcoal, shea butter, and sodium bicarbonate, you're probably in good hands, because all of these ingredients work to do what a deodorant is supposed to do.
And the best part about all this is that these are great desserts. I'm gonna have rose vanilla
Okay.
topped with coconut flakes.
Okay.
Can we keep smelling each other's pits every day, even after this is over?
No.